Hello Psychology's tribe. I thought I would come on today and talk to you about breathing practices and share my favourite one with you. If you ever feel like you are overwhelmed at work, this is a great breathing practice for you to do wherever you are. It's also great for falling off to sleep. It's great for the beginning or the end of a yoga practice. It's great for if you're feeling a bit panicky on holiday. It can, for example, if you're on the plane, you're afraid of flying, it can be really great to help you use the breath as an anchor and focus on that rather than on whatever it is that's kind of worrying you or making you feel anxious. And I personally love to use it either at my desk when I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed, when I've got too much work on, and I love to use it when I'm falling asleep. It's a really mindful breathing practice because you're focusing on your breath and on your body. So it's really simple. In yoga it's called the Dirga breath, or that translates to, in English, the 3-part breath. And that's essentially all it is, just a 3-part breath sequence. So you can begin right now, wherever you are. If you want to take a bit of time to set yourself up, feel free to pause the video. If you're in bed, you can just lay down where you are, make yourself comfortable. That's the most important thing. And then once you're comfortable, you can either close your eyes or keep them open. So if you're at your desk, you might just want to keep them open, or on the plane or in public. But the most important thing to remember is you can do it anywhere. And first of all, we're going to bring our attention to our breath. So just noticing the quality of the breath, whether it's fast or slow, maybe noticing where you feel the breath into your body. And if you're breathing in through your mouth, maybe close your mouth and begin to breathe in through your nose. So just resting your attention on your breath initially, and then beginning to just slow it down a bit. If you're breathing quite fast, maybe we tend to breathe quite in a shallow kind of quality if we're just doing everyday things. So beginning to deepen the breath and draw it deeper into your body. And then the 3-part breath, while you just keep your attention on your natural breath. The 3-part breath consists of the belly, the ribs and the collarbone. So we'll take our first breath in together here as our 3-part breath. So we take a deep, long breath in through the nose, and we draw the breath all the way through into our belly so that the belly begins to expand and fill with air, essentially. And that's the diaphragm moving. You're extending the diaphragm into your belly to draw in a deep breath. And then you begin to fill your ribs, so filling up the chest with air. And then finally, the last part of the breath comes in and fills up the collarbone. So it's one long breath, slowly drawing in, filling up the belly, and then once the belly's full, filling up the chest, and then once the chest is full, filling up the collarbone. And as soon as you've taken that deep inhale, there's no retention, we just begin to exhale, and we begin to exhale through the collarbone, and then emptying the chest, and then emptying the belly. So we repeat this again and again, and we don't hold at the top or at the bottom of the breath. There's no breath retention. We're just breathing in and out in a slow cycle. So into the belly, the ribs, the collarbone, and then out through the collarbone, releasing the air, then releasing the air from the ribs, and then finally from the belly. And just noticing if you're trying to force the breath or really kind of straining to fill up right to the top, there's no need to strain or to push the breath past the limit of comfort for you, just taking it as it feels natural. So we'll just do this together for a few moments. So breathing in to the belly, the ribs, the collarbone, and then out through from the collarbone through the nose, then the ribs, and then finally emptying the belly. The belly, the ribs, the collarbone, ribs, belly, belly, ribs, collarbone, collarbone, ribs, belly. If you want to continue this breath cycle, this breath practice, feel free to. Otherwise, just coming back to your natural breath rhythm, your natural breath cycle, and just noticing how you feel now in your body. And that's a really important part of any breath practice or mindfulness practice, is to kind of bring your attention back to how you feel and noticing any differences. Feel free to carry on, do this breath practice whenever you feel like you want to or need to. It's great for even just walking down the street. If you ever start to feel lightheaded, just come back to your natural breath cycle. And yes, I hope that this breath practice is one that you can add to your wellness practices and your mindfulness practices, even your yoga practices, or if you have none of those, that's fine. Just using it to help yourself feel well, to de-stress, to help yourself calm down. It stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system, which helps us calm down. So it's a brilliant breath practice to bring into everyday life.